Welcome to the Only Male Cruise Show, the podcast. I am the only Male Cruise. Be sure to hit the like button, share, subscribe, replay gang, leave a comment. You know I want to hear from you. Copyright disclaimer regarding fair use is in full effect. The views and opinions expressed in this show, you guessed it, they're all mine. Let's go to work.
Can I just say something? I don't know. Hey, I don't know if it's just me, but I wouldn't be embarrassed about any fucking drug I did. That's why I talk about the motherfucking drugs I do in my motherfucking music. Always have, always fucking will. If I'm off them, I'm off them, child. But I want to make this clear. So open everybody's ears, listen to your, clean them ears out. I have never, ever in my life, with my hand to Jesus Christ, and y'all know how I feel about my Lord and Savior, never in my life, ever, not even once, sniffed coke. Ever.
All right. Welcome to the Only Male Cruise Show. I am the only male cruise, Nosey Heaux. This is why you won't win this case. You won't win this case. Thanks everybody for pulling up. Let me go ahead and so welcome to the Only Male Cruise Show. Yeah, you're not going to win the case, Nosey Heaux, just based simply on that statement. I don't know how many of y'all checked out Armon Wiggins' show last night, which it was a legendary show, absolutely, and a very good short interview with Nosey Heaux's attorney. And now again, let me just make it clear, I'm actually not I'm not here to bash Nosey. I'm not against Nosey. I'm not a Nosey fan. I'm just calling it like I see it. But let me shout out the chat real quick. Shout out to a number one mod, Island Browning. Thanks for pulling up, Island Browning. Y'all do like Island Browning say. Do like she say. Shout out to Shrinking Sharon, another number one mod in the house, Baby Shay in the house. Do like Baby Shay say, okay? Be sure to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Replay gang, leave a comment. You know I want to hear from you. Keller Marie in the house. Let's see. All right. So we're going to get right down to it. So if y'all checked out Armon Wiggins' show last night, he did have a brief interview with Nosey Heaux's attorney. And he seems like a really, like a nice man. That's him right there, Bobby Samini. Okay. Here's the thing, Nosey Heaux and Nicki Minaj, neither one of them are going to be the winners in this. You know who's going to win in this debacle? It's going to be these attorneys. Now, I had to make some notes, y'all, because I don't want to miss no points. So here's one reason why I think Nosey Heaux's not going to win. Because even right now, the attorney, Nosey Heaux's attorney, Bobby, he already is trying to set the stage as if Nosey Heaux has not been antagonistic towards Nicki, okay? And in my opinion, she has been, but for good reason, okay? I mean, she's doing her thing. Nosey advocating for Jennifer Heaux, I believe that really is Nosey's ministry. So keep doing what you do, Nosey. Do what you do. The only thing is that the comments that were made specific to the law case, this case that's in the court right now, or about to be, you can't win it because, for one, Jay-Z and them are already all up in New York. You're not going to be able to bring any lyrics into court. That's just not going to happen. Now, you can try, but you ain't going to win. Specific to New York, Jay-Z is a billionaire. He's got connections. It's not going to happen. Now, these, again, are just my thoughts. Secondly, everybody keeps talking about Nicki Minaj was on IG talking about all the drugs she does is in her lyrics. But Nicki Minaj was also on IG saying of all the drugs that she would be proud to say any drug that she did if she did them. The point of the matter is she also stated in that same IG live that she has never done and never will do no schnane, period, point blank. So you're not going to win there. And an effort to try and make Nosey appear to be some lowly, um, small black woman, black girl, that's just not going to work because all they got to do is pull one or two, three, four of Nosey Heaux's YouTubes, clubhouses, and they will see that Nosey will stand on her own. She stands on all 10. Okay. So that's not going to work. Now, the attorney also said on Armon's show last night that Nikki only wants to bring Nosey Heaux to court because she wants to be able to wave around that she won. No, I don't think so. And the thing that they're hoping to do is, because this was one of the questions that Armon asked this attorney last night, are you guys going to try to get discovery? And he was like, well, yeah, we'd like to get some discovery. Okay. You guys already know from watching any of these court cases, there's going to be a whole hell of a lot of limitations on what they're going to be able to bring in. They're going to have to be specific to what the charge is, what the nature of the case is. So there's no way you're going to be able to pull Jennifer into this. Now, Nosey might use that as an excuse that, she was threatened this, that, and 2/3 and whatnot. That's just not going to fly. Now, I'm going to go to these comments real quick just because I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself and I just want to make my points clear and then get the hell out of Dodge. Okay? So, shout out to Jessa T, please. Thank y'all for pulling up. Y'all know I appreciate all y'all. Wonder Woman in the house. Lysandra Gillett, girl, we got. You agree with what I'm saying, Alan? Yeah. I mean, she's just not going to win. It's not on this. Now, hold on just a minute. Because I feel like I know what they want to do. I feel like, and I'm going to say shout out to Hot Shot Radio. I feel like some type of way, this attorney, Nosey Heaux's present attorney, would like to try to turn this thing into, a situation where now Nosey Heaux and Hot Shot Radio and anyone else that wants to, pile on to Nicki Minaj, they'll be able to go, pile on to her. But you're not going to do it from this case. This case right now that Nicki Minaj has brought has to be settled first before you can turn any of that around. Because really, it's a 4-page motion. It's a 4-page document. And it just basically says, you said this about me. It's not true. Now, let me hit these comments. One of the things that the attorney said was that, let me check my notes here, said that, he said that one thing that Nikki would have to do, because Armon asked the question, that Nikki will have to prove that first and foremost, the statement is false, that, about what Nosey Heaux said, and that Nikki will also have to prove how this damaged her business. Well, you know what? The truth of the matter is, Nikki can simply attest in court that she had some business deals pending, but as soon as whoever she was doing, going to do the business with, saw Nosey Heaux's video or heard about the situation, they declined to move forward. It doesn't have to be that she was pulled off of a campaign. It doesn't have to be that, Nicki Minaj, for example, Nike cut ties with Nicki Minaj, or Fashion Nova fired Nicki Minaj because of that. It doesn't have to happen that way. So they're not going to be successful in that regard, as far as I'm concerned, because Nikki could simply say, hey, I got a phone call. Somebody, a potential client came to my home and told me face to face that they no longer wanted to do business with me because of what was said from Nosey Heaux, period. So that I don't see that putting Nikki over a barrel. and still not being able to win this case. Anna Browning says the lawyer is attached to a case years ago of a basketball team's owner side chick. Absolutely. And see, this is why. Now, I'm looking at that attorney, because you're absolutely right. I'm looking at that attorney, and for him to have even defended the guy, and let me get this right, because everything's alleged, and this is my best guesstimation. But yeah, the owner of the LA Clippers made some racist statements, allegedly, is just what I'm saying. And he ended up losing the ownership of his team. He had to go back and forth with the NBA, and he ended up losing his team because they didn't appreciate the comments. This attorney defended him. Now, it's his right, it's the attorney's right to do whatever he wants to do, but just the mere fact that you selected him and agreed to represent him makes me side-eye this attorney, especially based on the racial or the racist nature of that case. So who you really for? And let me just jump in here and say this. One thing that I find problematic with Nicki Minaj with this case that she brought is the fact that her attorney, Judd, used some derogatory language about a black woman. Now, I feel like Nicki should let her attorney know, and Nosey needs to let this attorney know moving forward, do not make disparaging remarks about black women. Don't do that, because if you look at it, you have two seemingly white men, two on the face of it appear to be Caucasian men, okay? And they are in control of writing the narrative of what's going to eventually be case law, okay? And neither Nicki or Nosey Heaux should allow either of those attorneys to use disparaging remarks about black women. As black women, we already have it bad, okay? And I know some people say, Nosey Heaux don't like black women. Maybe she doesn't, I don't know. But it doesn't matter if she likes them or not, because if somebody just looks at a picture of Nosey Heaux, they don't care if she don't like black women or not. She looks like a black woman. So now, if you look at the big picture, all it is that it's two black women up in here back and forth. Now, here's why this case between two black women, why it works for these two white appearing men. One, Nicki's attorney is going to get paid either way, because Nicki does have the money to make the payment, okay? Or so it would seem, and I'll just say allegedly. So he gets to appear as though he's just doing his job, which he is. He's just doing his job. Nosey Heaux's attorney, he is the one that's going to get the most clout, okay? And he's going to get the most clout out of the situation. And he's going to get it off of Nosey's back, whether he wins or loses. One, he looks, this is like a David and Goliath type of situation. So Nosey Heaux's attorney looks like a hero, like like he's coming in to save the day. Looks like a great white hope, if you will, allegedly, and all that. So that works for him. He told Armon on Armon's show last night that right now it's pro bono, because Armon asked him, he said, "Are you doing this pro bono?" And he goes, "Right now, yes." And so in my mind, what that means is it's a contingency. You're doing this on contingency. If this case proceeds to trial in front of a jury, and for some odd reason, Nosey Heaux wins, and she wins a financial settlement, at that time is when I believe and I presume that Nosey Heaux's attorney will then get paid. That's not uncommon. That's cool. That'll work. That's no problem. But if he loses, or if this case goes on and on and on and on, at some point, he's going to have to cut his losses, I would presume. Okay. And he still comes out looking good. He's like, "Look, I tried to help her. She was like he described her. She's just a young woman who doesn't have any money. That's what he said on Armon's show. She's a young woman that doesn't have any money. She's just trying to work and pay her bills. Um, so he looks like he's very benevolent, like he did a good thing. Okay. So in his other circles, he gets to look like a star. Okay. Armon also asked his attorney, should you even be on YouTube talking about this? And it was like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with being on YouTube talking about this. But if anybody can recall, the last high profile case where the attorneys were all over social media, all over, jumping on different YouTubers panels and interacting with the YouTubers, it didn't bode well for the client. And what client am I talking about? Talking about R. Kelly. That first team of legal folks that he had, they were all over the place. So they got the popularity. They got to be known well, but it didn't work out well for R. Kelly. So let me check the comments, because yet again, I'm getting in front of myself. All right, let me see. Nosey Heaux's been doing too much mess herself online, or so it would seem. Or so it would seem. This is Spotlight for the lawyers. Girl, that's it. Absolutely. Absolutely. But Nosey Heaux can work this thing out. Okay? She can work this to her advantage. Now, Zane said, I think with all the videos Nosey has done over the years will be the downfall, because how do you explain being that vile towards someone? Good question. Yeah, I'm down here sipping this coffee. All right. Very good questions, Zane. It's going to be hard to do, especially when you're going to be limited in what really is going to be considered, hell, I can't even think of the legal term. A lot of the stuff is not really going to be able to come in. A lot of this stuff is not going to be able to come in, but I would presume that anything that Nosey Heaux has said about Nikki will certainly be considered as admissible. Okay? And it sounded like that attorney plans to return to Armon Wiggins' show again, and I hope Armon will ask him that question. Carolyn Marie said, I thought it was weird for her lawyer to even be on Armon's show. And I mean, Armon's show is the place to be, but the point is, why are you there, Bobby Samini? Why are you there? It seems a little self-serving to me. It appears, allegedly, but I don't know. It's questionable. He's also saying Nosey is supposed to apologize to Nikki for the statements about her son. IDK, how that will go. Yeah, so let's get to that. So he did say, and big ups to Nosey Heaux for having this willingness to apologize, according to her attorney. Her attorney did say that Nosey Heaux, we can expect to see some type of an apology on Twitter or something of that nature soon. He said that Nosey said, yeah, I was having a bad day and I said that, and I realized I was wrong, words to that effect. And so, yeah, I'd be willing to apologize. That's big ups to Nosey for that she's willing to do that. That's good. That's good in her favor. But let me ask y'all something. Would y'all, if somebody said that about y'all baby, would y'all accept a social media apology? I mean, yeah, you said it on social media, so apologize on social media. It's going to have to be one hell of a production for anyone to even believe that Nosey Heaux means that. And I'm sure Nosey Heaux can handle that. But here's the other thing that Nosey's attorney said. He said they might even drop the case. They're kind of kicking that option around. And that they would consider dropping the case if Nikki writes a big fat ass check, okay? And if Nikki apologizes. Okay, see, now you're just trying to keep it going, in my opinion, Bobby Samini. Now, you know good and daggone well, and Nosey Heaux, you know this too. You know good and well that what's Nikki going to apologize for? She's not. And then the attorney also said that along with the apology and the big fat whopping ass check, that that Nikki would have to get these barbs under control. Now, this is me paraphrasing, but she would have to get these barbs under control to stop these death threats and this, that, and 2/3. Y'all, show me a social media post, a Zoom meeting, a YouTube video where Nikki has gone out and charged her people, her followers, her subscribers, her fans, her stans to attack anyone. Because that's the only way they would be able to hold Nikki on now. If they don't have proof that Nikki is actually dispatching people to go out and harass and threaten and things of that nature, Nikki cannot control the barbs in that way. She can't control that. Now, if Nikki has liked some posts or something of that nature, I don't know, that might be questionable. But on the bigger scale, that's not going to work. So to me, this attorney, you're going to ask for some outlandish things, in my opinion. You're going to ask for some outlandish things that is going to be enough to make Nikki tell her attorney, hell no, I'll see you in court. You understand what I mean? That doesn't make sense. And these are white men, y'all. So can they really identify with, would black attorneys, black women, female attorneys be able to litigate the situation better than two white men? I mean, and I'm not asking this from a racial perspective, but what I am asking this from is from a perspective of, can these attorneys really identify with the nuances of these two black women? Because like it or not, Nosey Heaux is not just an average, Nosey Heaux got a name. She got a name. So can these two attorneys really get in there and, I don't think so. Alan Browning said, I think someone purposely had him come on Armon's platform because they know Nikki watches him. Maybe so. Or he took it upon himself, Alan. He took it upon himself because what did you do? Like, did this attorney go over there like, okay, I mean, I'm not saying that this is what the attorney's doing. I'm not saying that this is what Bobby Samini is doing, but I'm just going to tell you what it looked like to me. It looked like you just in here trying to make sure people know who you are. Now, you said some good things, but why didn't you say those in emotion? Why didn't you let Nosey Heaux say those things as opposed to you coming onto the YouTube channels? I don't know. It looks a little disingenuous with this attorney coming on a YouTuber's channel. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. They had that schnane stuff trending on Twitter after Nosey said she was using it. That's what I'm saying. All Nikki really has to do is say, I got 5 million phone calls telling me that the talks had to end because of this allegation. And that would be easy to do. Let me see here. Shrink and Sharon, I'm starting to really see a lot of things happen behind the scenes and how press is used to set up things to the public. Absolutely. Absolutely. And, who did tell him to get out? Who told him to go on Armon's show? Carolyn Marie said, absolutely, exactly, Mel. He's getting clout off of this for sure. He absolutely is. And he, I think Armon had mentioned it last night. He represented somebody. He represented T-Pain. Okay. And somebody else from 3-6 Mafia. Well, T-Pain and 3-6 Mafia, they really ain't popping right now. You know what I'm saying? They're not popping. But this, Nicki Minaj, and if for any reason, if Nicki were to settle, this would be a feather in Samini's cap. It would be a feather in his cap. And like I said, win, lose, or draw, he comes out looking like Captain Save a Hoe. Captain Save a Nosey Hoe. Oh, damn. Oh shit, I'm about to drop some bars. But that's how he comes off, as Captain Save a Nosy Heaux. Damn. So it's a win-win for him. Shrinking Sharon said, yes, I agree with how the press and how things behind the scenes can be. Absolutely. Makes me wonder if the lawyer is really going to try to win or just want the buzz. It does seem questionable. And Nosy Heaux, um, I don't know. I don't know if you're thinking about that. And that's the easy thing, too, is because, for him to say, well, I'm not going to charge you right now. Right. Wonder Woman, exactly. He'll want at least 40 to 60%. And I would bet you it's going to be more than what Nosey. That percentile is going to be greater in terms of the attorney receiving it. Okay. Um, and if I was Nosey, if they do win, I would be like, but I thought you said I was just a smaller black girl that ain't got no money, just trying to pay my bills. And now that I don't want these millions of dollars, allegedly, you taking damn near all of it. You know what I'm saying? What's the trick? Huh? What's the trick? Let me see. So good point. Absolutely, Wonder Woman. When he said Nosy was apologetic for talking about her son, I laughed because we know what it is. Well, she might be. I'm gonna give her. She might be. She could be. Yeah, she might be. But I feel you. I feel you. I mean, Nosy has established herself in such a manner that you make a good point there, Island. And if you think that way, there's going to be a whole lot of other people that feel the exact same way. And that's why even when she issues her apology, the way that she does it is going to be paramount, because what you said was hellacious, Nosy. So you got to come back. It's going to have to be good to be believed. That's all I got to say. So I feel you on that. Let me see. Girls, I didn't of this avenue, Miss Mel, good point. Well, let's see. Tell me what you're talking about. Tell me what you're talking about. Tell me what you're talking about on his name. Most attorneys would shut up. Yeah, he's doing it too soon. He's doing it too soon. And he also made this other statement, because he's saying that when Armon said, are you going to ask for discovery? He's like, yeah, they'd like to find out. They'd love to do discovery in this case to find out who else or how many other people are being harassed by Nikki and her team. Bottom line is, that's a whole nother case. That's a whole nother case. And I'm going to tell you what I think. I think Nikki played it smart by just coming in hot. Because Armon did ask this attorney, don't you need to shouldn't Nikki have done a cease and desist? And the attorney told Armon, it's not necessary. Most people who want to work something out, they'll send a cease and desist first. And even if you compare it to what Cardi B did, in both cases, I feel like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are showing and have showed they just wanted it to stop. So take a look at Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj asked, she sent messages, she went through helly rigmarole to ask Tasha K to stop making the posts that she made. That made Cardi B appear to be more believable, okay? Which is probably why the jury went on ahead and got with, identified with Cardi B. Nicki Minaj, all she did was file a suit, because that should shut it up. Unless, you're trying to be like, some other YouTube blogger that just wants to keep on talking. But so both of them showed that, listen, I'm not trying to do nothing but get this crap to stop. So this attorney talking about he wants some discovery to see who else, that's a whole nother case. And Nosy Heaux needs to make sure that that case is not going to have some billable hours to it. Or is he going to wait until this case is settled? And if Nikki does end up paying, which that's not going to happen, is he going to take 40 to 60 to 70% of what Nikki has to pay to Nosey Heaux, and then tell Nosey Heaux to use the money that she gets to pay him to initiate this other case. It's a hot mess. And if you're emotionally invested in it, it might be hard to see. It might be hard to see that. So let me check these comments. It isn't good for anyone to be online talking about ongoing court cases. So it would seem. Wonder Woman, meaning anyone involved in the case. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with y'all. He looked he looked crazy going up there. And he intimated on Armon Wiggins' show that he would be back. And hopefully when he came back, he wouldn't be in his car and he would be seated and this, that, and 2/3. He's looking like he's ready to get comfortable. And it's okay to get comfortable on Armon Wiggins' panel. But you again, do it and you look like you are cloud chasing Samini. I'm just saying. It looked like you're cloud chasing. No wonder his mouth was running like water. Yeah, do like Island Browning say. Do like she say. Be sure to hit the like button, share, subscribe, replay gang. Leave a comment. I want to hear from you. I still feel like this is mostly about Jen. So good freaking question, shrinking Sharon. That's what he tried to say. That's what he tried to intimate. And that's what a lot of people think. Now, I disagree. This is not about Nosey, because you're right, Shrinking Sharon, and Armon alluded to this last night as well, that people, it's like the narrative of Nikki wants to get at Nosey Heaux because Nosey Heaux has given Jennifer a platform. Now, Nikki may not appreciate that Nosey Heaux has given Jennifer a platform, but this is not the motivation behind Nikki's case. It's not. There's no way you can bring Jennifer in here. It's so cut and dry. It doesn't make any sense. It's so cut and dry. All Nikki is alleging is that in that motion, you said this about me, and you said some non-actionable things about my 1-year-old son or my 2-year-old son. That's a problem, and now I would like to see you in court. She didn't say nothing about Jennifer, and it's okay. Is this why? Because we could flip it around. Is that why Nosey Heaux made the statement that she made about Nikki allegedly using Schno's name? Did she make that statement because she has given Jennifer a platform and she knows Nikki doesn't like it? So let me add fuel to the fire and talk about your son and this, that. Those two don't go together. It sounds good, but they don't go together because it's nowhere in the motion. Period. Dazzle that tarot. But why go through all of this if you've been a lawyer for more than 20 years and he is a celebrity lawyer? He already has clout in the circles he needs to have clout in. Okay, good freaking question right there. Here's the point. His name ain't been popping. Yeah, he probably, I don't know. I think Armon asked him, did he know the attorney or something of that nature? I'm sure that he's seen the attorney around. And if he hasn't seen the attorney around, he will. Okay? He and Nikki's attorney are not, they're not, there's no animosity between them. Okay? They're going to see each other on the golf course. They're going to see each other at the club. They will see each other in the circles that high profile attorneys travel in. But this attorney, he hasn't been popping, y'all. He hasn't. This is giving him some pub right now. And not only that, but this is allowing this attorney to get into a sector, if you will, that he hasn't traversed in of late. Okay? Nobody knew about him. I mean, nobody really knows this guy. So, yeah, this will give him some clout. It'll give him some immediate clout. It'll get his name trending on Twitter, if not already. So this works for him. And again, this thing called social capital or this gives him a good look all the way around. A peering white man taken up for a peeringly black woman, who doesn't have a lot of money, going against, she's trying to fight this machine of Nicki Minaj, and all she was trying to do, and blah blah blah. He looks good. It works for him. It works for him. It all benefits him in the long run. But when he start playing those Nosey Heaux videos, it's over. It's over, in my opinion. In my opinion. Let me see here. And the argument between Nosey and Nicki is out there online anyway, and it's not a criminal case. He said if there is not anything to hide, why not? Oh, yeah, he did say that. There's nothing wrong with coming on YouTube. There's nothing wrong. And he said that, this attorney said that he told Nosey, these are the parameters. I'm paraphrasing here, y'all. That, these are the parameters in which you need to talk about this case, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Of course not. Because as soon as somebody says, like now, I got this hashtag in my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So all that's going to do is add to the algorithm. All of this benefits him. It benefits him. So how many more clients are going to pull up to him that don't need it to be on contingency or have the money to pay him? Okay? So, I'm sorry. Look at the problem. Wait, hold on, y'all. What's my girl's name with the Sean Davy Way show? I did a video on her. The girl, Halle Berry's sister. What's her name? Holly or something? And the Disney thing. What's to say that, she don't watch Armon Wiggins' show and found out who this attorney is? What's to say she's not a Nicki Minaj? How do we know that she won't mess around now and call David Samini because he appears to be this, the David willing to fight the Goliath? You know what I'm saying? It works for him. It's a good look for him. In certain circles, this looks great. Yeah. Sunshine in the house. Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate y'all. Doesn't sound like Nosey to apologize. Well, sometimes when your back's up against the wall and you're trying to minimize, you might do what you got to do. But that's why I said that apology, that's really a good point, Jessica T, please, because a lot of people that know Nosey, that, as far as know of her personality and her public persona, that apology, their sentiment is going to be the same as yours, which is why her apology is going to have to be, Academy Award winning to even move Nicki Minaj, especially because Nicki Minaj, to my knowledge, didn't ask for an apology. Okay? She didn't even ask for an apology. And, I ain't even going to ask you to say you're sorry because I know you ain't going to mean it. Which, maybe those are her sentiments, which is why she didn't ask for that. Or, wait a minute. Maybe she did. Let me see. Let me check that judgment real quick. Hold on, y'all. She may have asked for an apology in there. Let me double check. Let me see. Here it is. Let me see. Y'all hear to my knowledge, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, guess what? I'll post it on my community page. I hate being wrong. But I don't recall her asking for an apology. If anybody in the chat knows, because I'm looking right here at this filing here. Wait a minute, let me scroll down to this last page, see what they're asking for. Jurisdiction. And we already know that push come to shove, Jay-Z's going to get involved some type of way, maybe behind the scenes, but they ain't let no lyrics because people are alluding that, oh no, they going to put the lyrics to Nosey's song in her, and they going to bring that in. They're going to be arguing. That's going to be more money that Nosey Heaux is going to have to shell out or forfeit if they win, because that's just not going to happen. It's going to be motion after motion on that one. Plaintiff demands the following: an award of compensatory damages of at least the minimum of $75,000, punitive damages to be determined by the jury, an award of the cost of disbursements of this action, and an order granting such debt and further relief as may be deemed unjust. So even right now, as of this particular filing, Nicki Minaj has not asked for an apology. Nicki said, I'll tell you what you can do with that apology. Nicki said, I don't want no damn apology. Allegedly. I'm playing, I'm joking. Yeah. I don't think Nicki wants her apology. I don't think so either. Yes, but I would never like you afterwards. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see this. And the argument between Nosey and Nicki is out there online anyway, and it's not a criminal case. He said, if there's not anything to hide, why not? Yes, but I would never like you afterwards. Well, I hope you don't mean that towards me, but clarify, dazzle that, so I know what you mean, sweetheart. Let me see. Zane said, I don't think Nicki will accept the apology. She'll probably feel it's play from her lawyer to make her seem remorseful. Right. And like I said, for you to come on the Twitter and just be like, yeah, girl, I said it. I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. I shouldn't have talked about your baby. Whatever. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. And that's not to say that Nosey Heaux would say that, like that, but would it be interpreted as such? Yeah, let me see here. The barbs are unhinged. They got to relax. You know, yeah, a lot of stands do. Because somebody pulled up in the last video I did and was like, I'm sending this video to Nicki right now. You YouTubers are going to learn that y'all got to sit down, girl. I think her name was Katie. Katie, sit down. Okay? Sit down. The barbs do need to calm down. Nicki was acting like Trump in... Nicki was acting like Trump in the Capitol incident. Nicki was liking every threat the barbs posted towards Nosey and giving them positive reinforcement when they said negative things to Nosey. That may wind up being problematic for Nicki. Dazzle that could be problematic. Nosey may have she might win off of that. You know, who knows? Shout out to Papoose in the house, one Pap. You know, that's going to be questionable. But what does that have to do with Nosey saying, making this false allegation, the slanderous allegation, allegedly about Nicki? Because we don't care why you did it when you get to the court of law. Well, Your Honor, I stole the bread because I was hungry. We don't give a damn. This is the law. We prove that you did it. Boom. Okay. Let me see that. Dazzle, you dropping some tea up in here. Bobby, the lawyer, should go on platforms and keep everything in the open because Nicki allegedly does sneaky stuff and she has money. So why not keep it public? Okay, well, I see your point, but I just don't think he should. Bobby need to sit down. You said someone had to have told the lawyer about Armon too. I wonder who. And maybe this attorney watches Armon. That's, maybe he watches Armon. And the attorney did say that somebody made him aware of this case, which, as far as I'm concerned, he seemed like a good attorney to have. Okay, I don't take anything away from his skill, but I do question. I just question some of this stuff. Okay, and the rapper Lotto was the one that started the "It's Giving Coke," not Nosey. But see, in the filing, Nicki didn't say anything about that hashtag. Now, if anything, the attorney could look at that and say, okay, yeah, so Lotto started that hashtag, and 24 hours later or 5 minutes later, Nosey made this statement, and then all of a sudden that hashtag and, what Nosey said about me began to trend and blah, blah, blah. Who knows? Who knows? But that's not what's being brought. It's simply that it's only one thing. It's only one thing, and that was smart on Nicki Minaj attorney's part. They're only saying one thing. And like with the Cardi case, the case says that Tasha did this and Tasha said that. And then Tasha went on and did this. There were so many things that they were able to bring into court and argue this about based on what Tasha allegedly had done. This is only one thing that Nicki has brought the suit against or about. You made one statement and that was enough. So all this other stuff is moot. It has no impact. Maybe he came on Armon's platform because the word on the streets were that Armon and Jason Lee were going to get sued next. They said it on Fox yesterday. Maybe so. And that's the other thing. He says somebody told them about it. Who is that somebody? Are you really that somebody? Okay? Whoever it is still a win, because now this gets to be, like I said, the attorney who is defending all these YouTubers. And that's not to say YouTubers don't need that, okay? But it's just the way he's doing it. So that's just my thoughts. That's my thoughts. Let me see. There's another YouTuber who I strongly think may file a case towards Nicki because of an incident on Twitter. This whole thing is wild. Yeah. What YouTuber are you talking about, Alan Browning? Shoot. Who you thinking it is? So he's saying she comes in broke and going to win broke. Well, he did say, Papoose, he did say that. Because Armon said, are you doing this pro bono? And he goes, well, yeah, for now. And all that means, and when he said that, in my mind, it was contingency. This is being done on a contingency. If Nosey Heaux wins, okay, and he did say what they want is some money. They want some money. They want Nicki to write a check and an apology. He's going to get a piece of that. Now, it doesn't mean that him and Nosey and, whatever other YouTube blogger can't bring a suit against against Nicki Minaj for the threats and stuff. But guess who's still got to pay for that? Whether it be pro bono, aka contingency, if it comes to it or not. So, I can believe this R. Kelly found guilty. I feel you, Jason. But he wasn't found guilty on all the points, on all the charges. So that's a good thing. What you saying sorry for? You don't say, shout out to Auntie Nisi. What you saying sorry for, Island? You don't want to say the name. Let me see. Yes, Anne, she said she had some very interesting receipts and she didn't even share them all. Who y'all talking about? Island? Who got the receipts? Imani, mommy, like the live, please. Thanks. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, y'all do like Alan Brown say, do like she say. The point of you saying that the lawyer could have the internet on trying to help the poor black woman who's just trying to make it while getting buzzed did his name. Absolutely. That's the biggest win of all, because it ain't costing him nothing. Right now, he don't have nothing invested in this. He's had an opportunity to establish a relationship with a very opinionated black woman who is fierce in that right, who has a following, who, she's controversial. Okay. So yeah, he gets to attach himself to a fighter. Yeah. Okay. And now he gets to look like I said earlier, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm going to say this again because it's tickling me. He really does get to look like Captain Save a Nosey Heaux. He does. It's a win-win for him all the way around the board. I do like the way you think. I'm liking the way you think, Dazzle. That you just said a thing or two. You just said something. Yes. Let me see here. Trying to see your money. Let me see. Trying to see where y'all at. But let me check my notes real quick. So this is really what I think should happen. because y'all know Alan Browning, Antoinette, Baby Shay, y'all know I'm, when it comes to this protect black women, I'm very critical on that. I'm critical, and not from the standpoint of protect black women no matter what they say, and just I don't give a damn if they shot first. They a black woman, let them go free. Hold black women to a standard. And to be honest with you, this is so instrumental. I mean, Nosey Heaux, girl, you could really be a groundbreaker right now. Because if it was me and I had this attorney, okay, Mr. Capitsava Nosey Heaux, okay, I would tell him, because both Nosey Heaux and Nicki Minaj, y'all need to order these attorneys around. Don't let them tell you what they gonna do. Y'all need to tell them what to do. Okay? That's for starters. Because I think it revealed a lot for Nicki's attorney to use language in his filing, calling Nosey a loser. Okay? We don't give a damn that you think she's a loser. That's not even we don't care about that. You can call her a loser all day, but let's not let at the hands of two appearingly to be Caucasian men, okay? Because I don't know whether they're white or not, but they look on the surface, they appear to be white. Let's not let them run this narrative. Let's not let them establish case law that is filled with it being okay for black women to be called losers and things of that nature. Because what's going to happen next? Is somebody going to come back and now y'all going to call Nicki Minaj a bitch in the next motion? And that gets to fly? Now if Nicki and Nosey are using this language and it's being quoted, that's a whole different story. But let's not let these white men write the narrative. Yeah, this person is nothing but a loser who, just stick to the facts. Stick to the facts. And being a loser is subjective. So first of all, get that part straightened out. Make sure that they don't, check them on their language. Do that, whether you like black women or not. Because believe it or not, Nosey, you look like a black woman, and so does Nicki Minaj. So correct them on that. Secondly, Nosey, what you should do, I think, is you need to tell your attorney to call Nicki's attorney, and y'all need to have a private meeting, face to face. Okay? Because this is where we get to the apology being issued. You need to tell Mr. Captain Save a Nosey Heaux, the attorney, Bobby Samini, to call Judd Bernstein, I think is his name. All y'all are in New York. Sit down and talk to Nicki Minaj. And in that conversation, because you need Nicki to respect the fact that this is what you do, Nosey Heaux. This is your job. Being on YouTube, talking about things in that are in the news, that are happening in society. That's your job. That's how that's how you draw some of your revenue. And so between you and Nicki, you guys could set some parameters where you continuing to give Jennifer Howe a platform, because you don't intend to stop that anyway. So you guys can draw some parameters. That's really what y'all need to do. Because Nicki, like I said, to me, I don't think that this is the motivation for why Nicki is bringing this suit. But I do agree that Nicki probably doesn't appreciate the fact that you have given Jennifer this platform. But it doesn't matter how Nicki feels, because she has a case. And so she ain't got to argue about nothing. But if you really want to have some resolution and if you really want some resolution, then Nosey, you should tell Bobby Samini to get Nikki's attorney on the line and set up a meeting. And y'all set those parameters. You issue the apology. Y'all can come outside of that closed door meeting. Do y'all press conference. Okay? And I mean, as two black women, the two of you would set the standard. Y'all would be setting a standard. And you'll also be letting these attorneys know you can't write no motions calling folks losers and shit. That's wrong. Don't do that. Now, if I lost the lottery, you can call me a lottery loser. But just off the top, you don't get to call me a loser. Who is you? And I'm a black woman? Come on now. Let me keep on looking at these comments real quick. Nosey better read that contract thoroughly. Ooh. All of the fine print to see what percentage her lawyer might want. And Zana, girl, you know what? That's one hell of another good point. Because usually in a circumstance like this, anything sounds good. You know, because nothing, you know what I'm saying? That sounds, that contract, any type of contract with the fine print sounds good because I ain't got it. So whatever you want, if you want 90% and I'm going to get 10%, fine, I'll take it. And you're going to defend me? Great. But no. You do need to check to see what percentage that might be and see if it's worth it. See if it's worth it, because for him right now to act like, they may, what did he say? For him to have to ask for discovery, that's a motion. That's going to cost. To go through the discovery, should it all be presented, it's going to cost. For him to show up and argue it, it's going to cost. So all these costs are going to be racking up. He said that, that's going to be a whole nother case. And see, the attorney said that he's going off. Okay. He said, this Nosey Heaux' attorney said that he's going off of Nikki's own words. Well, her own words were that she has never used no name. So the attorney is saying, well, we're just going off of what Nikki said. But I played the clip earlier. Look at the whole video. You can't win with that, because in her lyrics, she might have referred to some drugs, but she also made a whole statement. She has not done cocaine. And that video was posted in 2021. So it wasn't she didn't just say that recently. She didn't say that after this filing. Let me see here. Not having Nosey pay anything for now. Yes, apparently some contingency deal. I'm just checking my notes real quick. Expect Nosey to apologize via tweet or something. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Come on, Nosey. Would you accept it? Would you accept that like that, Nosey? That's what I'm saying, girl. Listen, baby. Be the boss that you are. Tell your attorney to set up a meeting with you and Cardi B. I mean, I'm sorry. You and Nicki Minaj. My bad. But you know what? Okay, that Freudian slip, Cardi B. It is in the motion that I don't know if they're trying to allude or allege or intimate that Nosey may be being motivated by another well-known rapper. Okay. Now, I don't know where in the hell that's coming from. And wait a minute. Who said that comment about Lotto? Because that comment might be, and I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Everybody's thinking, oh yeah, they're trying to say that Cardi B is behind Nosey Heaux making the statement or whatever. Well, who started that? It's looking like it's what does it say? It's giving coke. Where's that hashtag at, y'all? It was in here. I had it up here real quick. I can't find it. It's giving coke. Anyway, Maybe that's who they were referring to. Maybe they were referring to Lotto instead of Cardi B. But either way, the person didn't have a name in it. So why put Cardi B's name in it anyway? You know. So, and I will say this: maybe they should have said, maybe they should have put an Addy on it in Nicki's motion. They should put an Addy on it. Who you talking about, Nicki? So anyway, let me see here. Um, yeah, but this thing, they would entertain a settlement if Nicki issues a public apology, admits they were wrong, and quell the death threats. Come on, man. That is just to me, that's ridiculous. All that is another charge to write that motion and then another charge to argue it. And all it's going to do is keep this thing, it's just going to keep this thing popping. So don't go for that, Nosey Heaux. Don't go for it. Don't go for that. I mean, it's cute to be in court right now. You know, it's cute to be in court right now until it's over and someone and the person who loses. You know, then it's no longer cute because now that bill is due. This feels like a reality show. It does. And to me, I get what the attorney's saying, and why not show up on different YouTube panels because, the defendant, if you will, is a YouTuber, a well-known YouTuber. So why not, hang out in her sphere and, and familiarize yourself with the culture, etc. You need, you just need to step back. You don't need to come on YouTube, Bobby Samini. You really don't. You don't do it. I don't think you should. I think you should stay back, keep that mystique going on. Because right now, listen, I'm not a lawyer, and so anyway, Nicki trying to kill two birds with one stone. Silence Jen, take down the platform Jen was speaking her truth on. Well, see, okay, but all they said was they will take. See, here's the thing. Here's where Nicki won't win, and that is taking Nosey Heaux's voice. It's too late. It's too late. You cannot take Nosey Heaux's voice. Okay, she's endeared a lot of people to her. She's pissed off a lot of people. She's damn near a household name. Okay, especially in YouTube. Nosey can come back as anybody. I said that on the last video, and I'm not subscribed to Nosey. I don't follow Nosey. I'm not a fan of Nosey. Okay, so I'm not saying this like, I'm not saying it from that perspective. But come on, I just call it what it is. Nosey can come back as I told you so Heaux.com. And she is going to get her listeners, her people back. So Nicki Minaj won't be able to take Nosey Heaux's voice. She might be able to take her LLC, take her trademark, but that's it. That's it. And so as long as Nosey Heaux has a voice, she's going to continue in her ministry of Jennifer Howe. She's not going to come up off of that. She's just not. So that ain't going to stop. But that's why I said, if y'all really want a settlement, if y'all really wanted to settle this thing, and if the motivation of Nicki Minaj is really, on the low, it's really about Jennifer Howe, then why not have Nicki and Nosey Heaux have a private meeting? And you two attorneys, I don't see why y'all can't make it happen. I don't see why y'all can't make that happen. Y'all have a private meeting. Nosey, you can issue your apology in there. Y'all can cry together. Okay? Issue the apology. Set the parameters as to, that you both have to agree with. Because maybe Nicki doesn't want a lot. Maybe Nicki just wants you to, say it differently. Maybe if Nicki met you face to face, she would understand your perspective. Maybe she would say, hey, just if you're going to talk about my husband, just call him by his name or whatever. I don't know. But that's worth a conversation worth having that type of conversation and one-on-one meeting, a little summit, if you will, instead of trying to, go back and forth on YouTube with the attorney and he's on everybody's show. I mean, come on now. But she'll never be able to silence Nosey Heaux about Jen. That's just not going to be a reality. It's not going to happen. Yeah, like a subliminal hit. And that's what some people are trying to say. But it ain't going to happen like that. Sorry, Nikki. You won't win on that one. You cannot take that. You can't take Nosey Heaux's voice. 1, 2, 3, Heaux. Live. Talking about Jennifer Heaux. You can't stop it. It ain't gonna stop. I'm surprised she didn't name Hot Shot to her list. Well, she would have if she could have, I would presume. You know what I'm saying? Now, has Hot Shot said anything? Like what Nosey said, or what Nikki's alleging was said by Nosey, etc., or Nikki's reason for coming to court? But it's still going to be the same argument. If you're making these slanderous remarks, I mean, and Nikki's attorney keeps it very narrow. Yeah, I'm trying to, how Sean be doing, we gotta stick together. How he does it. You like that? So if Nikki keeps it very narrow, if she keeps it narrow, like she's done in this filing here, all she can do is win. And let's see, Bobby Samini, didn't you represent T-Pain? All I do is win, no matter what. That's what Nicki Minaj is going to do. As long as they keep it narrow, make those specific comments. So hasn't this attorney lost the last few cases? I think Armon alleged or alluded to something of that nature. He does know that Nikki's attorney plays no games and wins damn near all his cases. Yeah, I was just on this website before I came live. He's some nice little settlements, some hefty little settlements. Hefty. But that's what I'm saying as far as, and this is what I'm saying, Nicki Minaj, Nosey Heaux, right now is the time to have y'all summit for a multitude of reasons. Right now, you guys are the black women faces. We tried it with, it could have happened with Cardi B and, I think, my opinion, allegedly, and all that whatever other legal disclaimer. This, Cardi B and Tasha K could have done the same damn thing and came out like winners. Okay? But somebody didn't want to do it because we know Cardi B offered, and that's in the court transcripts. But it didn't go that way. Now, these two ladies have an opportunity to do it that way for themselves and for their fans, for their stands. Do it for the culture. Do it for the culture. Why do we got to show up as black women and be, come on. So if there's anything in either one of you, Nosey Heaux or Nicki Minaj, where y'all feel like, damn, I could lend my voice to the successful uplifting of black women, this right here is it. Here's your opportunity. Y'all could settle this out of court, have a summit, and set a new standard in which to, have some form of litigation. At least attempt to talk about it first. Cardi B tried it. She tried it. But the other person didn't want to do it or something. I don't know. Okay. Let me see what's up. Review TV. Shout out to you, baby love. Thanks for pulling up. Agreed, Mel. He can now come be more well known in the urban community. Come on. What's my girl's name? What's her name? I can't even think of her name. Look at all these other black women, black celebrities that have money. That could just say, fucking, let me just call old boy. Let me call Samini up. Shoot. And this guy gets to attach Nicki Minaj's name to his portfolio. Yeah, I defended the case. I didn't win. It was kind of tough, but I did what I could. I tried to help the the black girl. I tried to help her. Now he didn't say that. I'm just making a joke. I'm just saying it that, he could say it if he wanted to. Okay. But it benefits him. He wins. Right. It makes him look good. It does. It makes him look real good. Captain Save a Nosey Heaux. Live. Jims and Jams in the house. And too persuasive. Okay. Ernestine Lee. Hey, Mel. Thanks for pulling up, Ernestine Lee. See what y'all talking about in the comments real quick. I don't know. And I feel like, too, as black women, let's call some shots. Let's put some power down. Tell your attorney what to do, Nosey Heaux, because you know what? The only thing he can tell you is, well, legally, I can't do this. Or legally, I can do this. Because if you say, you know what, Bobby Samini, here's what I want you to do. Call Nicki Minaj and set up a summit. I can meet her right down here at Starbucks in 10 minutes. That's how I want to issue my... If he says, what he should say is, okay, Nosey, let me try it. But if he comes, now see, you don't want to do that, Nosey. See, what you want to do is you want to argue some more and then I'm going to go back on Armon's show. And I'm not saying he did it. Don't come at me, Bobby Samini. Okay? Don't come at me. Because I'm just a small old YouTuber. You see my sub count. Y'all hit the subscribe button. You see my sub count. I'm just giving opinion and just, sharing my thoughts. But, why wouldn't you do it? So why not ask for that, Nosey Heaux? Why not ask for it? And then, you know what? Then I'd like to see Bobby Samini come on to Armon Wiggins' show and say, my client, Nosey Heaux, directed me to reach out to Nicki Minaj camp and set up a meeting where the two of them could speak one-on-one as black women and try to quell this misunderstanding. Now see, now you can go on any YouTube channel after you position yourself that way, and you still don't need to be on YouTube. I said I do like the way you think. Right on, Dazzle Dad. Right on. Shout out to Panama City in the house. Panama City, I got to get back over there to your channel to work out with you in the morning, girl. Lord have mercy. Ooh. Okay, huh? It's not that deep. I've only known you to talk about details on cases, not dragging no one. What is there to report to her? Wait, maybe I missed something. I might have missed something, y'all. Yeah. Island, if you're talking about going back telling Nosey, I said, yeah, right, because exactly. But you might want to clarify for me. What y'all talking about? That's crazy. So, yeah. Let me stay on this. If I'm correct, Meek Mill said it to Remy said it about Nicki. And here's the thing, Patricia, and shout out to you for pulling up. This is what I'm saying. This is why, to me, even though he called Nosey a loser, and I feel like he should do better. He should apologize for that. But even though he called Nosey or referred to Nosey as a loser in this filing, that filing is so freaking narrow. There's no, you can't bob and weave in it. You can't slide. You can't bring Jennifer Heaux. You can't bring Meek Mill. You can't say, well, and maybe it's true. But all this filing says is that Nosey Heaux made this specific statement. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. It's narrow. And that benefits Nicki Minaj. Nicki told people to listen to her music and believe whatever it says, so it's valid. I think the judge is going to urge to settle. Well, I played it at the beginning of this video, where in that same IG post, which Nosey's attorney did say that people have been sending him that video. The bottom line is, at the very beginning of that video, she says, listen, Well, wait, she doesn't say at the very beginning. What she says that right hand of God, I'm paraphrasing. What she says is she has never done coke, or as you were, no schname. Okay. Period. Period. And that was way before this allegation of what they're suing Nosey Heaux for. So you just can't get around it. Don't give a damn what her lyrics are, because while we bring up Meek Mill, Jay-Z, what's my man's name? Fat Big Pun, Fat Joe. They're gonna argue the hell out of any type of lyrics being brought into any type of court. Okay? That's just, I'm sorry. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah, the judge might settle it, but I think Nicki and Nosey Heaux need to have a summit. They need to have a summit before it even gets to court. And they even said, Nosey's attorney even said on Armon's show that, what they say, something about they definitely would consider a settlement. I'm trying to check my note here. So clearly there's an openness to it. But y'all can put your own spin on it, Nosey Heaux and Nicki Minaj. Because then Nicki can really get what she wants, which is, I ain't even going to say what she wants. Nicki can get an added benefit of at least finding common ground on how Nosey Heaux speaks about the Jennifer Heaux situation. Okay, since everybody thinks that that's why Nicki's really suing her, this would give them an opportunity to even establish that if Nicki's even interested in that, because Nicki might be like, I don't give a damn what you say. I showed you what I give a damn about, and that's when you tell a lie on me. Okay, that could just simply be Nicki's motivation, and if that's the case, So anyway, they should have a summit. I think both of y'all should pull a boss move and tell y'all attorneys what to do. Shoot, coming in here telling us what to do. We're going to tell y'all what to do. Y'all just make sure y'all let us know if it's legal or not. A lot of people have made that allegation against Nicki. See, I'm a little slow in the comments now. Hold on. Ooh, please, let's stay on the content at hand. Uh-oh. Y'all do like Baby Shay say. Do like she say. But he does to activism for Iranian activists and lawyers. So I do think he can be genuine about doing it for the little guy. Well, see, okay, you're right, Dazzle That. And I'm going to throw this word out here, y'all. Intersectionality. And that's the problem that we have as Black women. And I'm not trying to turn this into a Black women. I could go on I could go on Twitter Spaces and talk about Black women and the intersectionality and all the problems that those bring. But I'm going to say this. On the surface, and Dazzle That, I really thank you, because you're really contributing to this conversation today. You're bringing up some really good points. On the surface, Samini, whose real name is, I think it's Babak. So it's clear that he's of a different ethnicity. And I'm not mad at him at all. But on the surface, in the circles and the level of access that he has in the professional realm, he's got all the benefits of the white privilege. Okay. He's got all of that. He's got access. He's got the immediate assumption in most circumstances, I would presume, of being a white man for the most part, because a lot of times, even though, anyway, I'm trying to stay focused. So on the surface, he appears to be a white man. On the surface, Nicki Minaj's attorney appears to be a white man. Okay? On the surface, Nosey Heaux appears to be a Black woman. On the surface, Nicki Minaj appears to be a Black woman. And the bottom line is this, and we can look at statistics. Black women, we don't get respect. We're not respected. We're the lowest on the totem pole. And that intersectionality falls into the fact that, one, we're women. Two, we're Black. it's problematic. So these two black women have the opportunity to construct and create the narrative that makes black women makes black women appear and profiles black women in a more positive light, as opposed to motions that say she's a loser. And I don't know. Again, I don't know how Bobby Sanimi's gonna come back. Maybe is he gonna call Nicki Minaj something else? So that's what I'm saying. They can construct that narrative and make it better. That's what I'm trying to get at. And so instead of just letting those two, Sanimi and Judd, draft the narrative about black women, then as black women, the two of them need to say, nah, you know what? I ain't gonna let you let this shit go down into perpetuity. And 20 years from now, they'll pull this case law and read the motions. No, I'm going to tell you how it's going down. Because on the surface, to people that don't even follow Nosey, Heaux, or Nicki Minaj, but they follow Sanimi and they follow Judge Benson, on the surface to them, it's just, oh, those are just two black girls fighting in court. That's all. If y'all going to make a statement, make a whole statement. Make an entire statement. And like I said, at least ask your attorneys to schedule a summit. That's the least you could do. Nikki is deserving of that because she's a celebrity. Okay? Nosey Heaux is deserving of that because she's an up-and-comer. Okay? She carries a little weight to her name as well. Okay? All right. But yeah, I don't take away from him at all, from Sanimi. I don't. Sorry, Mel. I cannot spell clearly. It's cool, baby. No problem at all. He still has his reputation riding on his case. He does. And if you're talking about Sanimi, he does have his reputation riding on his case. But see, he will get to scapegoat the black girl because he already came out on Armon's platform and said, and I'm not going to quote, but I took a pretty damn good note. He referred to her as a young woman who doesn't have any money. And, we can see Nosey Heaux's black. So she's just a young woman. And then let me do it like this. She's just a young black woman who doesn't have much money. And, we just, so he still comes out. He still comes out on like Captain Saber, Nosey Heaux Live. That's how he comes out. So it benefits him. Win, lose, or draw. This guy wins. That'd be awesome if Nosey's lawyer came over here. That would be a great interview, no lie. Well, I know Armon told Sanimi, don't go nowhere else. I'm paraphrasing. He said, now that you've been over here, other people like the lead attorney are going to try to have you. Sanimi, you need to come over here. But I tell you what I think it would be a great interview because we'll talk about it. I think we could settle it right here on this platform. But, that would be great. But the point is, this is what they need to do. What I'm saying is that's what they need to do. Because again, Nikki's motion is so narrow. You can't win it. Nosey can't win it. And the only way they're going to be able to bring in anything about Jennifer Heaux is by more litigation. More litigation. And Zane, like you said, better read the contract, look at the fine print, because if you have to file a countersuit, is that going to be on a contingency basis? Or are you going to have to at least put down some level of a retainer? Or will you not start that until or after this thing gets settled? How much goodwill is Samini going to extend? Okay? Because we're talking about court dates and hearings and all kind of stuff. After a while, it's going to come out of his pocket. So he's definitely got to count the dollar. He knows how much work he's willing to do before he decides to do whatever, in this thing. I thought she was suing because she said something about her child. Nikki allegedly did admit that. In the court documents, Nikki says that yes, Nosey Heaux made some disparaging comments. I'm paraphrasing here. Some disparaging comments about the son, and although the comments are not actionable, they do. I think they said something like they do justify some level of punitive. Let me see. Let me scroll up to it. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. She says, further evidencing a fundamental lack of decency, Green also posted vile comments about plaintiff's 1-year-old son. While these comments are not actionable, they nonetheless demonstrate why punitive damages should be awarded in this case. And if this were to go to trial and he does this based on a contingency and they lose for Nosey Heaux, if he's saying, well, I'm going to do it pro bono, doing it on a contingency, he didn't say contingency, I'm saying that. But if he's doing it on a contingency, if they lose, okay, although this attorney might say, well, I said I was going to do it pro bono. That pro bono ain't going to save Nosey Heaux from the punitive damages that could be awarded, which is another reason why, Nosey Heaux, you should try and get a summit scheduled. That is a boss move. That is something to come back and say, look, I tried to schedule a summit so we could talk it out, hash it out, break it down. And Nikki wasn't having it. At least, and try that. And then if she doesn't go for that, then you can say, I was going to apologize to her face to face. That's the same type of an apology. If somebody said something like that about my child, I wouldn't want it over social media. I would want it to my face. I would want somebody to say it with their chest. I tried to set that up. My attorney tried to set it up. They wasn't having it. They didn't want to hear it. And since they wouldn't have it, I'm going to give it to you on social media. I'm sorry I said these things, blah, blah, blah. But pull the boss move. Tell your attorney what to do. Tell your attorney what to do. So to your comment, yeah, the fact that she made the comments about the child, they're going to incorporate that into some punitive damages should it get there. So let me see. But for Nosey's attorney to say, Carolyn Marie, ain't that it? But for Nosey's attorney to say, Nikki needs to apologize, that doesn't seem like he wants them to settle. Absolutely. That because what that does, that gives him the opportunity to come up on Armon's panel and call him Armon, like he did once or twice. I'm sorry. I'm on your ass right now, Samini. I'm on your ass. But I'm not against you. Because I do appreciate what you're doing for Nosey Heaux and making yourself available. But it does seem a little disingenuous that you show up on YouTube real quick. That's problematic for me. That's problematic for me. I think you would fare better by giving Nosey Heaux what to say and let Nosey Heaux do her talking, approved by you. But not you to show up, because it seems like clout chase. It's really what it does. It seems like that one attorney who was doing, he was covering the R. Kelly trial on YouTube. It's like, man, first of all, you're not black. Do you even listen to R. Kelly music? Do you know how to step? I mean, stop it. And that's what it's giving me. That was my impression. That's my impression. So I don't know. It does. It makes it seem like you want to keep it battling. And that's what I'm saying, because it looks good to see two black women scrapping back and forth. Are we going to get another motion now? What y'all going to call Nosey something else? Are you going to put a typo in there instead of spelling hoe the way Nosey spells hoe? You going to spell it the other way? I mean, come on. This is not a forum to be able to bash black women, and don't turn it into that. Samini. And Nosey don't let them. Demand respect. Shoot. Demand respect. And Samini is not the one that did it, but you could ask it. Tell him to tell Nikki's attorney. Just schedule a summit. Y'all can talk this out. You right. Free R. Kelly. Yes, he did. I'm lost again. I done got caught up on a soapbox. Nosey is in her 30s, so the young woman thing, it's not. But that's what I'm saying. That's his approach. And you know who? Carolyn Marie. Boy, you know what? I just got to shout all y'all out here in this chat. You guys are really contributing to the conversation. Because here's the thing. Carolyn Marie, you're a black woman. You don't look at Nosey Heaux like some young, black, innocent ass thing. You don't look at her like that. And neither do I. And I'm a black woman. And there's a whole lot of black women who keep it real. Okay? We ain't looking at Nosey Heaux like she is some young, innocent, non-aggressive, non-confrontational, all-up-in-your-face personality type persona. We don't view Nosey like that. So you're not even coloring her the right way. But she's not that. Nosey is an assertive, motivated, tenacious black woman who gets on her panel and pops her shit, talks her shit. That's Nosey Heaux. Does she have the income to go up against a Nicki Minaj? No. So, Tsunami, if you're going to describe Nosey Heaux, describe her like that or close to that. Because ain't nobody, even her own subs, her people aren't subscribed to Nosey because she's just a little, just a little small little black girl. But the people, the circles that you run in, that's how they, she's just a little black. Stop it. Stop. But you say make you feel old. Just saying, she's old enough to know better and do better. She absolutely is. So he is better off arguing. Look, she said what she said. She felt within her right to say it. But don't try to, go into another YouTube sector and say that shit, because ain't nobody in this sector that follows Nosey Heaux. Ain't nobody seen her that way. I'm sorry, we're not. And they like Nosey Heaux. But they like her for what she really is, not this picture you're trying to paint. And that just proves my point. Y'all don't even know how to paint Nosey. Y'all can't even, oh Lord. Schedule the summit, Nosey. Schedule the summit, baby. They can't even paint her right. Now, are you afraid to paint her as the strong, assertive black woman who's going to speak her mind? And in New York, if they were going to have a trial and Nosey gets on the stand, New Yorkers are going to appreciate Nosey and that assertive personality. So you seem out of touch there, coming with that description of Nosey. With a court order, the lab can take her hair sample up to 90 days. I work in the lab. Yeah. Well, you're right. You're right, Patricia. You're absolutely right. You're right. You're right. My. You're absolutely right. I honestly don't think it's going to go that far in court. I honestly don't. I honestly feel like they are going to settle or just throw it out. Yeah. If either of the attorneys are working on behalf of their clients, they will settle it. They'll settle it so that it doesn't have to go to court and be thrown out. And that's real talk. All Nosey has to do, like I said, all Nosey has to do is tell her attorney, get Nikki them on the phone. Get Nikki on the phone. Get her on the phone. I'll wait. Tell him what to do, Nosey Heaux. Tell him what to do. Tasha K lawsuit went that far because Tasha K wouldn't let it go. Absolutely. And that's the thing. I'm going to say this. I feel like Nosey Heaux, and this is just my opinion, has shown more humility in this instance, in this case, than Tasha K ever did in the case that she had between Cardi B. And Cardi B gave, in my opinion, Cardi B gave Tasha K hella opportunity to be humble. And in my opinion, it appeared that Tasha K didn't want to do that. But just off the surface, Nosey Heaux has showed more humility since this case was announced. Okay? But it's this attorney who is really troubling the waters by having the audacity to suggest that Nosey Heaux is going to, as you heard, that Nicki Minaj is going to write y'all a check and apologize? I apologize to you for talking about my cute ass baby boy. And for you, Samini, come on, stop it. Nosey, be a boss and tell him to get Nikki and them on the phone, okay? Should leave children out of his heart. Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all do like Alan Browning say, do like she say. I agree with it. Yeah. Kids is out of topic. And for that attorney, I feel like the attorney did honestly have a conversation with Nosey because back to the Armon Wiggins show, he told Armon that he talked with Nosey and asked Nosey, would you be willing to apologize and just it be a straight apology? No excuses, no justifications, just an apology. And so that's an honest question to answer. That showed me that Samini had a standard to some extent. You understand? To qualify that question with those caveats. Are you willing to apologize and really apologize without excusing your behavior or anything like that? And Nosey, according to Samini, said that she would. And then Samini said, that's what I like about Nosey is, let me see, I think I wrote that down. He said, that's what I like about Nosey. She, I must not wrote it down. But y'all can check out Armon Wiggins' show because he's on there. But he did say that. He goes, hey, that's what I like about her. She this, that, or something. I can't remember where I wrote it. I was writing fast. But yeah. So kids is out of it. 75K is just chump change for Nicki Minaj. Absolutely. And like I said in the last video, when Nosey went and commented it on Neighborhood Talk, she made a comment and said, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah about, you got people threatening me and Blase Scoop. And Nicki said, oh, another slanderous comment. It's just going to add to it, so yeah. So I think the attorneys need to, the ladies, Nicki and Nosey Heaux, y'all need to schedule a summit and talk this out, period. Just talk it out. The lead attorney said that it's not a cut and dry case and Nosey does have a case. They should talk it out and settle it. Well, Nosey does have a case when it comes to the fact that Nosey, and I'm alleging here, that allegedly Nosey believes that she's been receiving death threats from Barbs who have been incited and encouraged by Nicki Minaj. But that's a case. But it ain't got nothing to do with the case on the table. It ain't got nothing to do with the case that Nicki Minaj has brought. And that's why I'm saying Yeah, Nosey, you want to file a claim? You want to file a case alleging that Nikki is putting her stands and her fans on you? Yeah, but read the fine print in that contract, because is that going to be pro bono? Hmm? And is your attorney willing to handle both at the same time? Pro bono? Mm-mm. You can't throw Jennifer Howe in Nikki's case. The action that Nikki brought, y'all couldn't tape Jennifer on there. No matter how, she would get thrown out. Hearsay, Your Honor. Relevance, Your Honor. Foundation, Your Honor. Ain't gonna be none of that. It's cut and dry. On this day, did you say this on the social media platform? I did. The attorney, prosecution rests or whatever. You understand what I mean? Plaintiff rests. It ain't gotta go long. And they don't have to go strong because they got it. It's period. It's cut and dry. Well, I see the reason why I said it. We don't care. Strike that. Strike that. Strike that. It's just no argument. They don't even care why you said it. It's the fact that you did say it. And that's all the jury's going to get. Plus what you said about the son when they get to computing those punitive damages. Neither Nosey nor Nikki is innocent. Yeah, I mean, both of them have, or so it would appear, allegedly, now they just have done what they do type thing. So, yeah, I feel you. That's that. I think it's because we all know what she likes and mainstream white don't. I don't know what you're saying right there, Lizzie Mack. Make it clear for me, love bug. What you mean? Make it clear. Let me see. Yeah, everybody seems to agree with you, Dazzle that. Y'all tell me what you saying, Lizzie? What you saying? Schedule the summit, baby. That's right. Schedule the summit. And I could see Nosey Heaux. I would love to see that. Because, and I'll give it to Nosey. Nosey puts on, Nosey can dress cute. She wears her heels. Nosey can work it out. This could all work for Nosey Heaux. Okay? It could work for you. It could work for you. Mel, I swear this mess is crazy. It's too crazy. It's too crazy. But we know, Nikki, honestly, what if the hair sample tests positive? Listen. So we know that cocaine stays in the system for X amount of time. And the hair follicle is where they would have to get that test. But here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. What if Nicki Minaj is telling the truth and that she does not do cocaine? What if that's the truth? And you can pull all the hair sample you want, but guess what? Y'all will be paying for that. Samini, Nosey Heaux. Y'all gonna be paying for that lab work. Okay? What if Nicki Minaj is telling the truth? There are some people that have not done schno-schnain. I know one person personally that has never done schno-schnain in their life and is not interested in it. So there are some people out there. Okay? All right. So, that sounds good. And that would be some more, billable hours trying to get a warrant and a subpoena and all this kind of crap and make Nikki go and blase scoop and come on. Judges don't like trials. He will urge to settle or throw it out because it sounds like people on the internet fighting, bullying, and being petty. Only thing is, that was a, libel, slanderous statement. And if Nikki can prove harm, if she can prove harm, then it's the case. He can't throw it out. He can urge them, he can encourage them to settle, but he can't throw it out. Um, that's true, Mel. It doesn't seem like Nosey has been. It does seem like Nosey has been a little bit more. It does. It really does. And see, even that is strength. I don't know. You know what? I've never been a fan of Nosey Heaux. But this. I don't know. I might like Nosey for these pieces of her right here. Maybe I like Nosey. Maybe. Because she has demonstrated some level of humility. Without even apologizing, she's demonstrated some humility. Get it, Nosey. Go on, girl. Shoot. Be the boss. Tell your attorney what to do. They're going to come when she's a ghetto sex worker and all. Yeah, they might try to bring that up, but they won't, because it's so narrow. Did you say it? Yes, I said it. Why'd you say it? Objection. Nobody cares why. The fact that you did, and I can prove the damages. Now, if Nosey Heaux brings a case, then Nicki Minaj and them can get all of that. And, and they can do that to fight themselves. Well, I've heard her on multiple times. I saw her when she was on a platform and she was, quote unquote, allegedly terrorizing somebody. So yeah, blah, blah, blah. So, but in this case, they can't. Children should never be involved in adults' issues. She is wrong for that. Absolutely. And that's why I feel like the only way her apology is going to have any level of credibility is in that summit, given face to face in the summit. And while you're at the Nosey Heaux, Nicki Minaj, Nosey Heaux summit, y'all can outline the parameters of what, how you will reference her or talk about her husband, not telling you what to say or what you can't say, but at least come to an understanding of why this is problematic. Because Nicki has no right to try to tell Nosey Heaux or anyone how to discuss her. You're a public figure. If this stuff is in the news, we can do it. So you can't, but you can have this summit and resolve it, because I think if Tasha K and Cardi B's situation could have been handled a little bit differently, they might have been able to establish a thing. You know what I mean? They could have possibly established a thing. So, I don't know. Yeah, but we agree. Kids are off limits. Nicki Minaj talked about the lady on The View. Child. He was being cyberbullied by racists, and since they interviewed Jennifer, Nick said they didn't care about her kid, so the kid should be bullied. It still ain't got nothing to do with what Nosey Heaux is being sued for. But you're right, she did. She slammed Garciella. I listened to that and I cringed. I'm like, damn, that is cold-blooded. Because even when that happened, I looked at that and I'm like, how come ain't nobody got into, who was that, the white women on there? Why didn't nobody get in those white women's asses talking to that son that way? Because how many black mothers in here would have let anybody, let alone a white person, talk to your son dismissively like that and they not have a word with you? Huh? Let me know in the chat. And why Garciella allowed that. Because I'd have been like, hold up. What you say? Who you talking to? It would have been on and popping. It would have been more to report about that incident had it been my child. Okay. No. So yeah, that was right. But you know what that says subliminally? That white people can talk to black kids any kind of way they want to, even in front of their mama or their daddy, and the black mama or daddy ain't gonna do nothing. Shh, y'all got me messed up. Yeah, Garciella should have said something. We don't know. Nicki, she might test positive. Yeah, she could. That's what I said. They could subpoena her. And if they did a blood test and tested the follicle and it's positive, then, blasey scoop. I just said, what if Nikki is not lying? Nikki says she has never done and doesn't do cocaine. What if she's not lying? And then y'all run that lab test. And then what if y'all actually decide to keep it in the YouTube street? So we want another one. If test has been tainted, we want another one. You know how much emotional distress now y'all put Nikki in, and Nikki might be afraid of needles. It's a whole bunch, it's not worth the fight, what I'm trying to say, especially if Nikki's telling the truth. I don't have any reason to not believe her. And you can't say, well, her lyrics, because even Cardi B said she doesn't do a certain drug. She said this on the stand. She doesn't do a certain drug, but yeah, it might be something in the song. Come on now. The lead was talking about the defamation case. Yeah, the defamation case, Dazzle, because Nosey did show up on the lead's panel, and she did offer that, some of the barbs have been coming at her, this, that, and 2/3. But again, it doesn't matter. It's just not relevant. Doesn't matter. It won't matter. You got a case if you choose to bring it. But that ain't what this case is about. Now, hey, I'm not an attorney. I don't play one on TV. I could be wrong, but the next time that attorney, Tsunami, goes up on Armon's panel, ask him, how do these, is it a stretch? Because it's definitely a stretch. It's going to be more billable hours to try to pull in a Jennifer Howe association with this case. Okay? It's going to be more billable hours, and you can't make that happen. It's not going to happen, period. I'm not a fan of Nosey Heaux or Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, Nosey Heaux. All I know is don't say anything about people's children, period. I love them. I love and believe Jen, though. And see, I really haven't been following the case. I started looking at it. I know Hot Shot Radio be on it. I know Nosey Heaux was working it, and I'm glad the girl has somebody to fight for. I mean, if what she's alleging is true. I don't know. I haven't been, just haven't been on it. Yeah. But if what she's saying is true, then, so I don't know. I'm not on that. I'm not covering that. I'm not following it. So I don't think they can get her on saying anything about the child because it's just her opinion. Well, like in the action that was filed, they're going to bring that up for punitive damages. So those are some disparaging ass remarks. That was a disparaging ass remark that was being referenced. So I don't know. Coke is 7 days in the system. Right. So, and we know Nikki's not bald head because it would be suspect if Nikki all of a sudden shaved every hair on her head. So I don't know. I believe Nikki at this point. I just believe her because like she did say, I mean, I have no shame admitting to the drugs that I do. Okay. But I don't do cocaine. I mean, I believe her just off the top. I just believe her. I believe her. No, I meant her lawyers portraying her as an innocent young black lesbian. So to people who know Nosey, they will believe. And we know who Nosey. No, she is not. Is this? Yeah, exactly. And the other thing too is some people, and that's the other thing. LGBTQ issues are, they're problematic in certain circles. So for some people, that's going to draw support to Nosey Heaux. But the same people who are LGBTQ that like Nicki Minaj are just going to draw tighter to Nicki Minaj. You feel what I'm saying? So that doesn't work. And that's what I'm saying. This is why neither of those attorneys should attempt to paint the black woman. They shouldn't attempt it. Both of those attorneys need to say, look, how do you want me to portray you to the media, in the media? And you need to tell them. Because Nosey Heaux to tell them I be on their ass. I be 10 toes down. And LGBTQ or whatever. And a New Yorker. And whatever else your situation is, you know. But don't let him paint you, because he done painted you in a box. Whew. Anyway, y'all do like Adam Brown say. Let me run through these comments and I'm gonna let y'all go. I ain't gonna keep y'all too much longer. But like Nosey Heaux says, it's not about the shname. It's about her giving Jenna a platform. But see, that's the thing, Lizzie Mack. When did Nikki say that? And when did Nikki say that where you could bring that to court? That's what Nosey Heaux thinks. And Nosey Heaux could be right. But that ain't what's in the court. Here, the proceedings, the paperwork, it's not the case. Nosey is pretty much an open book on what she does for a living. So I know if they can use that. I don't know if they can use that on her or not. Not in this case. I'm telling you, it's so limited. It's so limited. They can't bring, the only way they can bring up any of this stuff, y'all, is a countersuit, AKA billable hours, AKA a whole new, what they call a countersuit or a standalone. That's the only way this stuff can be discussed. And this attorney is not going to do this and the countersuit at no cost. So it ain't going to happen. Y'all do like Baby Shay say, do like she say. There should be no bringing up of children. Adults, yeah. Children, no. Baby, they don't want this smoke right, John. They don't want it, boo. They don't want it. They don't want it. They don't want it. The lead was talking about her telling people to believe her, about her telling. Yeah, she did say that. She did say that. She did say that. She said, you want to know what kind of drugs I do? Then listen to my lyrics. She did say that. But then she also made a declarative statement. And here's where the problem comes in. Nicki Minaj declared that she does not do cocaine, never has, never will. So now, y'all can go to her lyrics if you want to, and you can collect more billable hours trying to bring her lyrics into the case. Because she can justify that. And that's the same thing I believe that happened in Nicki Minaj and what you call it, when with Tasha K, when they tried to allege that Nicki Minaj sings about doing mollies or something of that nature. And Cardi said on the stand about a molly. She said she doesn't, it's not a drug that she takes by choice. Somebody slipped it to her. That was her introduction to it. And I'm paraphrasing, I'm speaking this off of memory. If I had to pull the transcripts, I could find it. But that's the only reason why. Now, if she's out being her persona and she want to talk shit about, so it's the lyrics thing that's going to be an issue. Trying to told you, especially in the state. There's a bill right now that lyrics of rappers cannot be used in court. I don't think that's been settled, but it's being argued. It's being considered. It's on the table. Jay-Z's behind it and all the other big wigs up there in New York. It ain't gonna happen. Not in New York. Maybe to change a venue, maybe, but it's not gonna happen. So we shouldn't even be relying on that. Billable hours, Nosey Heaux. Get the summit, baby. Vic cough medicine show how positive in a drug test of coke. Oh, Vic's cough medicine will come up as a positive. Yeah, that's possible. Mel, Nosey Heaux about to hire you because you're bringing out some good points and ways of helping her. Listen, holla at me, Nosey. Holla at me. Yeah, I feel you. I mean, Nosey should do it. She should do it because I feel like that would be because personally, I am finding reasons to like Nosey Heaux. Just from, I guess, really from the level of humility she's shown this far at this point. I just came to that conclusion today. Okay. I do appreciate, and it seems like a natural humility. Poppy seed bagel show up as no shnae, right? Which is why, just like my girl Patricia said, they'd have to get on that hair follicle because I bet in that hair follicle, that poppy seed ain't gonna show up like that. And unless and they will probably tell you to flush your system and come back in about a month after you're done taking that Vicks cough syrup. Okay, before we pull. And I think with the hair follicles, what is it? They gotta wait till that shit grows back. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, yes, honey, yeah, poppy seed, yes, baby. But you have to be eating them. I mean, you had to have a good serving, a healthy heaping of it. Lizzie Mack, I knew healthy bagels aren't good. Yeah, they're not good for you. Okay, well, stay out of harm's way, Lizzie Mack, because you just a old, you're just eating a poppy bagel. So stay out of court problems. Well, they try to drug test you, and then what you gonna do? Well, look, y'all, you know what? I gotta appreciate all y'all for pulling up, hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, and most of all, contributing to the conversation. Because I really appreciate y'all. Y'all have brought up some good points. But yeah, it's definitely the one to keep the watch on. What is Tsunami? Should Tsunami stay off of YouTube? I think it should. Look, Nosey Heaux, you're the boss, baby. You're the boss. You tell Tsunami what to do. And all he needs to be telling you is if that is legal and if, and how he can make that happen, or an alternative, as opposed to what you're attempting to do, since possibly it's not legal. But don't let him paint your picture, because shout out to you, Dazzle. That I appreciate you. I love you here. But he's already painted you wrong, baby. He just painted you wrong out the gate on Armon Wiggins show. It's a good thing he did that. That was a safe space for this man to get up on YouTube on Armon Wiggins show. Because everybody he was talking to, we already know who you are, Nosey Heaux. So all he did was just told on himself when he said, "Oh, she's just a little, just a little." So he's already coming. He's coming out the starting blocks wrong, Nosey Heaux. He's diminishing you already, baby. So you tell him, just get the summit, Nosey. Get the summit. Because I can see you now pulling up to the summit in a cute dress, some cute styles in the earrings, and your nails are stiff, and you're smiling bright. I can see you coming through there, and you and Nicki Minaj coming up out of that summit. You talk about a winner? Girl, what you done said? That's a winner. That's a winning move. Don't let this man paint you into the stereotype. And I say the same thing to Nicki Minaj. Don't let him use no more bad language about a black woman. Don't allow that. Don't allow that. Zana, it was the live she did with Sherelle 3 days ago, but it looks like she removed the part of the chat when all the barbs were calling it. I may look shady now, but I know I heard it because, well, listen, we take you for your word, Island Brownie. So if you saw it, it existed. Period. Okay. Now, ain't they using gunner words of those songs? They're trying. They're trying. And that's still being debated. But what they don't, and they have some stars or artists who aren't really popping right now that are arguing about it. Okay. But all those artists are not in Georgia. So there may be some difficulty. And there's not any legislation on the table to prevent lyrics from being used. But in the state of New York, there's active legislation. There's a billionaire by the name of Jay-Z. Oh, okay. Along with some long-term, straight from the Bronx. What's my man name? Pun. And some others. I don't have it. The list is upstairs. So that's going to be a harder fight. It's going to be a harder fight. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's shouting, nah, they can use rappers' lyrics. Not everywhere, baby. It's not a go yet. That ain't no go. Thank you for pulling up, Carolyn Marie. Thank you, Jay Boopsy. Y'all know I love y'all. Just a T, please. Thank you, too. I love all y'all. I wish I could just say y'all, I'm trying to let y'all go. Dazzle, Mel's voice calms me down. Y'all so sweet. I love y'all. Just trying to, Zane, girl. Let's see. After that, she said she called black women roaches and some other comments. That part of the chat has disappeared, and she may have done it for legal reasons. Alan, real quick, who did the roach calling? Nosey Heaux or Nicki Minaj or the girl who's pounding you off? To answer that for me real quick, Alan, if you can. Thank you, Dazzle Dad. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, baby. I'm going to go check it. Who we talking about? I heard she's been deleting a lot of content. Ooh, who we talking about? Because Alan, it's on her website. Ooh, she's been moving a lot of content. Yep, she did make a mention of that. Y'all talking about Nosey Heaux. Okay, let me see. And that's the other thing. This is why Nosey needs to take the narrative, because every negative thing about black women that she may have said, okay, they're going to turn all, it could possibly be turned all back around on her as part of the narrative that's painted on her. So while her attorney is trying to call her she's just somebody trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. When they hear those powerful ass videos of her saying, shut up, and allegedly, this is me just, if, for example, Nosey Heaux were to be heard on a video saying, shut your roaches, all the people are going to do is say, oh my God, she looks like what she's saying that to, type of thing. So that's why now it's imperative that everybody change the narrative. Stop it. Those lies was too damn, this lie about to get too long. Let's try to get on up out of here, y'all. Okay, you heard it too, Lizzie? Yeah. All right, y'all, I got to go, because I didn't keep y'all too long. Trying not to be too long, but I sure do appreciate y'all for pulling up. That's it. That is the podcast. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, replay gang, leave a comment. I want to hear from you. And until next time, y'all, we will see ya when we see you. Welcome to the Only Male Cruise Show, the podcast. I am the Only Male Cruise. Be sure to hit the like button, share, subscribe, replay gang, leave a comment. I want to hear from you. Copyright disclaimer regarding fair use is in full effect. The views and opinions expressed in this show, you guessed it, they're all mine. Let's go to work.